Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Oh, let's figure some things out here. I told you it's a very minimal stream tonight. We are very minimal. Brooks, how are you? Yes, it's not here. All my stuff isn't here. It's at the new house. The new house with the worst internet ever. So that is kind of, well, that's why we're here tonight. So, I know, a little bit, some old decoration. Yeah, some of the stuff you didn't see from the other camera. This is my mobile phone that I'm using tonight. Guys, I'm in the safe house. Shh. What's going on, Hyperwork? Yes, good evening, everybody. I do apologize if there's a bit of echo because this room is largely empty. There's nothing really to absorb the sound. This is like super minimal. Like I guess I could show you what we're, what I'm looking at here. I don't know. Maybe I want to hit any buttons. We got the coffee. Coffee's important. Coffee's in there. But it is very minimal today. So, we're in Corn for Inspiration 5. Shh. You just wanted to pop in. Sadly, you can't say, no worries, new Teddy. Teddy, it's good to see you, as always. Good to see you in here. Must have photographed something the feds didn't want to see. Shh, no. Oh boy. Well, it's good to see you guys. It's good to be back streaming again. I know I tried doing a stream from the new place, and clearly my bell signal does not reach into the yard. Mental note: coffee emote. Yes. You just started watching Andromeda. How's that? How's that, Lars? Dylan Royal Gaming. Hello, sir. How are you? Good to see you guys in here. Like I said, this is very minimal, so I do apologize for any echoes and things like that. Some coffee. We need some coffee. Need some coffee going on here. Yeah, it's I was coming back this way because I was supposed to have a parcel delivered from UPS, and they said it was going to be delivered by end of day Friday, and that didn't happen. So I was already coming down this way, so I grabbed a few extra things and figured that we could squeeze in a stream tonight. What's going on, Muffin? How are you? How are you today? UPS is UPS is no good. I have like this laundry list of where it's gone from Shanghai to Korea to Anchorage, Alaska to Kentucky to somewhere else, and then Mississauga out for delivery. So it's insane. It started off, it was going to be delivered like last week, and then it was going to be delivered in 2 weeks, and then it was going to be delivered yesterday. So I'm hoping that's going to come through there. So I'm using the Galaxy S21. And I'm everything is Wi-Fi right now, so if things do cut out, I do apologize for that as well. By end of the day for your new laptop, they tried delivering at 9:30 in the morning. See, and they don't even they just arrive. They don't even say like, "Oh, your driver is X amount of stops away." Well, they just kind of left it there. Did you see the photo on Discord? I am severely disconnected from a lot of things here. Let's see. Can I get over to Discord? What do we got here? Oh, peas and rice. See if this works. Yes, I am. Oh, no. Okay. All right, I cannot get into Discord at all. It wants to send me a authorization code to my phone. That phone is in a box still back at the new house. You went to get it, but it was not there yet. Oh boy. They released a new champion on League of Legends. She's super fun. It's such a mood. Oh, really, Muffin? How's that? I never got into League of Legends. I'm pretty sure I would go bananas with it because I played. I know it's not so much the same, but Raid Shadow Legends. It's got legends in the name, but I kind of got into that just before the move. Name is Vex, super apathetic, and you love it. Excellent. I would like to get into that. I'd like to get into that and just give it a whirl. Third Rock, how are you doing? How's it going? Dad dropped it off at home. We turned around. Hang on a sec. Let's scroll back up here. You went to get it. Wasn't there yet. Dad dropped off at your home, and we turned around once again and got it. Excellent. Glad that you got it in there. Glad that everything's sorted out there, Hyperwork, because it's annoying. It is so annoying with when waiting for things to arrive. Now, I think also other things that are going to be annoying is I don't know if certain sounds are going to work on stream at the moment. We'll see. I do apologize. It may be a little scuffed tonight. League is toxic right now. It's played since the beta. You're really, really bored. All competitive games are toxic. It's just everybody's hiding behind their avatar, right? All right. Do I have this page working? This one's working. Oh boy. So adorable. Hello, Pookie. Hello, my love. I have no big zoom on here. Kenny, what's going on? How are you? What's going on, Kenny? So, my love, how's the connection there? I'm in the good connection. So adorable is in the. She's testing out how well streaming is going to go on with the new Wi-Fi. I tried League years ago. Stopped playing after nonstop flaming for having the audacity of being a new player. I know, right? Imagine trying something new. I've been chasing down gremlins. Found two so far. One fault was on the QHY, and they finally fixed the disconnect issue. Well, glad that's been sorted out there, Third Rock. You got DHL. Drop it, hide it, lose it. Sort of sad you won't hear now. Now go away or I shall taunt you a second time. Unless something really bad happens. It means less headache at night. Well, hopefully that everything is going to be back on track for things there. I know, like I said, I was waiting for a parcel. And it is the ASI Air Plus. So I was really kind of hoping that I would have it this weekend to start giving it a go there. You get a good signal coming through, eh? Okay, so what I will try to do, what I'll aim to do is next time we have a clear night before we get the other internet sorted out, which is either wait for Starlink or, like I said, we're installing a giant tower on our property. But it's also a matter of getting the techs out there to say, yes, this will actually work, or no, you're stuck with this and you need to wait for Starlink. But Starlink, nobody says when it's coming. No, estimated time. Nothing, not even it's this is broad time frame between mid-2021 from my area. So, like I said, I'm on the list for it. We've paid our deposit there. Doing well, if you're being honest. Your room looks the same as the last place. This is... So I'm back in the old place. I'm not at the new house right now because our internet is 1 Mbps. It's 10 down, 1 up. That's all we have. And that's not that won't work enough for, well, we saw, I tried doing a stream when we first got to the new place last Friday. So it's been a week. It's been a week of the new place. Aside from the internet, it's really cool. I mean, I've had a few clear nights, and I can't believe how clear it is. Like inside the house, and I can see everything. It's incredible there. So for those that haven't been on top of what you're talking about, the QHY released a driver update that fixed the random disconnect for no reason on QHY's camera that just came out this week. So they just threw something out there, eh? Line of sight as possible with a tower. Well, that's what I'm hoping for. That's the thing. It's like they say if you install a 60-foot tower, you can be above the tree line. But then I saw some of the other towers, like Rogers doesn't have a wireless internet. Right now, we don't have an option for cable. There's no fiber coming out to our way. We have a satellite signal that's coming through. And Bell tried to get that. Bell has the wireless internet, but we couldn't get the signal. So what I need is somebody to come out and get a 60-foot antenna set up, like the quick antenna, and to see if we actually get that signal. If so, then we can start to get on our way with getting that put up there, which hopefully won't be too long, and also before it really starts getting too cold up there. With the old place, you would expect you'd be in the kitchen. Actually, funny enough, the router is in the kitchen at the new place. It sounds like it was some bad coding they had to track down and rewrite. Well, as long as they got that, as long as they can get that sorted out there and be back on track as well. I still think back to that one day when they put out a new release for the original ASI Air, and just everything went haywire, and people were like they were losing connections, or they couldn't connect, or the thing wouldn't, like it wouldn't even stop rotating the mount. And everybody had gone on vacation, and that was like everybody was furious about this. And I think I lucked out with I didn't actually get the update rolling, and I didn't have too much of a problem. But I also was inundated with clouds as well when that update came through. 60 gigahertz is fast, but aims to a very narrow point, so rain, snow, etc. could mess it up fairly quick. And yeah, that's the other thing, is like we're prepared for the snow. We're prepared for all that snow out there. But I don't know if we're we're physically prepared. Don't know how we're mentally prepared for the snow that's measured in feet now, no longer in inches. So it'll be an interesting winter. Now, I do know that the Starlink satellites do heat up, but I don't know to what, like how much snow is it. Like, I guess a heavy dumping of snow isn't going to be too good for the satellite there. Gentle Ape! Oh, this works. Gentle Ape, what's going on? How are you doing? Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Gentle Ape. How are you doing tonight? How are things, my friend? Good to see you in here. Glad to have you with us today. We're still in the old place, but we're moved into the new place. I had to come back to the old place to pick something up, but it didn't work. Well, welcome in. Welcome on in, guys. Good to have you in here tonight. For our rainy day astronomy session, we're talking about what's next for Astro Canuck, what I'm planning on doing here. So my name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and usually we're taking live images of outer space. But tonight, right now, it is a bit of an update on what's going on here. On what's happening here. Have I thought about setting up a connection using RFC 2549? I don't even know what that is. I know that we can't get a DSL connection, even though we have like a home phone, which is really weird. Like, I figured it all just went through the same phone line. Like, even a DSL would be enough to get a lower quality stream coming through there. Both Liam up north, you can relate. It's Yeah, At the cabin, we're talking about 2 meters, 6 feet of snow fairly often. IP over avian carriers. Just get a whole bunch of birds set up there. Welcome back, Teddy. Now, how are you? Good to see you in here. Congrats on the new place. Hope you get better internet sorted out soon. But at least you got those beautiful dark skies to keep you company in the meantime. Yes. Yes. Oh, do they is it really? Do they really have birds carrying this? Or is this a... I'm gonna have to look at that in depth because I also only have one monitor tonight. It was faster versus snail narrowband. Ask around, ask what neighbors what they do for internet. See, we have a lot of trees surrounding us, so that's another thing. Is like our neighbors have a fairly open view. We just haven't had the chance to kind of pop over and say hello. Hopefully we can find out what they're doing there. Or they may not even be too fussed with their internet. Like they may not even be trying to do something like what we're doing here. But like I said, I'm going to try to do another stream with the phone, but I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. I mean, we got Netflix to work. If we get Netflix to work, I can choose a lower bit rate as well. Hopefully that'll work there. But yeah, glad to have you guys in here tonight. Let's see. Oh, I opened that link already. It's like I said, I'm running with one monitor. Running with one monitor tonight. But I also wanted to be able to. I also wanted to do a stream because I feel it's a little better than talking on Discord. At least there's a bit of a quicker exchange with things, and I can kind of get in a little more. You know how I have my tangents, I'll have my asides, what we kind of want to plan to do for the future of the channel. And I think what's happened with our internet is things are going to be accelerated in that kind of manner of what I want to do in terms of just for online content. So I'll probably reiterate this a few times in the night, and we will. Maybe even if there's other ideas that kind of pop up, because just brainstorming, sometimes things will just kind of crop up out of like just me with my ramblings, So I don't underestimate the bandwidth of a pigeon carrying a couple terabytes of SD, CF, or compact flash and USB cards. Latency, I get a bit high though. Well, I mean, even if like a few seconds, like I'm not gaming, and for the most part, just the way how the conversations go, we can catch up for things there. So I do know that now people are saying that, in the next couple of years, they plan on having fiber coming down the line. But it's like, I'm not patient. You guys know I'm not very patient with things like that. So, we want to be able to have, I want answers as well. I know once you kind of get your satellite sent out for Starlink, you get all the contact information. But until then, it's like it's kind of frustrating. It's like I want to know, when is my Starlink satellite projected? Now there's a couple of news reports saying that Elon Musk is making, what's he doing with Starlink, making it public in like next week or so. Because is that going to speed things up? Is that going to say, okay, now that we've made it public, we have all these satellites ready. Now the supply is there. Let's start going down the list. And this area is going to get it. That area is going to get it. Tom's going to get it. So we can get back to the normal bit of life. And actually, last night when we had our internet installed, and I was actually able to have a reliable signal on my phone, it was like, I didn't know what to do first. It was like, let's answer this message. Go check out this. Let's tweet this. Let's do it. Look at that, So actually, speaking of looking at things, let me see. Do I have my pictures that I took from out in the back from like the first clear night that we had. Actually, the first clear night, funny enough and hilarious enough, was a full moon. And like if these photos are going to come up there, it doesn't look like OneDrive is syncing. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Because also the images are on this. Which camera am I on here? There's three lenses on here. I know I'm looking at the middle one if I'm talking directly to you. And actually, how does the sound? Is it all right? Does it sound very echoey? I mean, you know that I'm in an empty room, save for like a couple of bits and pieces here. But what I do plan on doing is for the future of Astro Canuck, and like we've kind of mapped out what we want to do for the star parties, but that's going to be a little while because boop. Okay, everybody, please put your snoots up to your monitor now. Thank you for your complimentary boops. All right, no worries, Lars. We'll be here for a little bit there. And like I said, probably, I don't know how long we're going to go tonight, because there's only so long I'll be kind of rambling on about this, what we're going to be doing. But I'm optimistic with things, because this has kind of also forced my hand of moving timelines up a little bit. And because I can't regularly at the moment stream, what I want to be able to do is actually, like I'd said before, was doing the YouTube videos and like the kind of the short form content of, I'll get the, with Stellarium, just get like a very short video for how I take the picture of my backyard and then load it up and put it in there, edit it in Photoshop, and then maybe do like a bit of a longer, like a longer version of a little more in-depth things like that. And also just do some imaging sessions. Kind of, it'll be a little bit of a one-sided conversation, which kind of stinks, but it's it also gives me a bit of an opportunity to take the time to do some longer image acquisition sessions. So there's that bit of a balance there, so we can kind of get more of our data, more images kind of built up for a library. Also a little more blogging as well, and actually set up a blog. And just kind of, I've used this equipment now for the better part of some of this for 4 years now. So I want to be able to just kind of give like an honest opinion of what I've experienced with it, and how maybe certain things could be, I don't know how much, because I guess certain things that I've already started using before have been improved, but at least it can be a starting point for people. And I know a lot of people, they have their blogs and things, but it's just some other content that I can have out there, and just reference material as well. Even if it's like, reference that I want to have for just down the line of something else that kind of crops up. And it's like, okay, well, here I have this video on how I discovered how the QHY Polemaster you can adjust the focus. So if your stars are actually kind of bloated or donuts, that you can actually adjust the focus in there, because they don't really outline that in the manual of how you can actually adjust the focus on your Polemaster. And I suffered through donuts for a few months while I was getting things set up and taken down. And then I realized that you can actually take that whole housing off and adjust the focus on the Polemaster camera. And something like that is just not well, I guess it's not even well documented, because I had to really search to find it. And it was actually QHY that had a video, and I can't remember how I found the thing. So it's just things that have kind of cropped up on my journeys through astrophotography. And I guess it'll be kind of like stepping back to basics a little bit there. At the same time, for me, I'm always a fan of doing that, of taking a step back from what you've been doing and not so much start from scratch, but to be able to just kind of just look back on things, and maybe you kind of gain a bit more of a fresh perspective on what it is you're doing. Even like I went back to university for graphic design. I went back to school, and it just kind of, it took me down a different path than I thought I was going to as well, because there's different elements of crafting that we got into that I really want to expand upon in the future. And, you know, with the way how things are going with the new place, is that A, we're there, and B, we can really start to focus back on what we were wanting, what we've been kind of dabbling in for the past few years. And now that we have a more of a permanent setup going, then that's what we want to do. We want to explore more with astrophotography. We'll explore more with, you know, with Etsy and our other endeavors that we want to do there, as well as start to plan for what we want to do, opening up our property for the in-person star parties. And, you know, I think it's just the opportunity is there, and, you know, we have there's no more moving to be done. It's just the unpacking phase now. So once we, we'll kind of, it's going to be kind of along in tandem with things like the new office. It'll be interesting how it's going to look, actually. It's a little smaller than this, but I'm going to have more desk space available, more real estate on the desktop to be able to do our Lazy Sunday Lego streams, which there is no shortage of sets for that. But I looked at I was looking at the haunted house again. It's on back order. It's not retired yet. It's gone that one step beyond hard to find, and it's now an item that's on back order. So, like I said, I guess at this point it probably wouldn't be for this Halloween, but for next Halloween to maybe get our hands on that. But then again, the other thing I'm looking for is a little disappointed with the lack of the internet and streaming, is playing Phasmophobia. I was really not really gonna be able to do that at the moment with with my latency on there. I know you can do some offline, but it's not the same. You're just doing like single missions all by yourself. There's no dynamic for the people that are in there. But yeah, looking forward to getting all the internet sorted out, and hopefully we can get some answers this coming week, because I don't want to be, I don't feel like I'm going to be dragging my feet with doing the YouTube videos. But again, it's this. I enjoy what we do here and hanging out with you guys on a Saturday evening or a Friday afternoon or a Sunday morning, whenever we have the clear skies. And my goodness, I'm hoping that the live cameras, when we get them set up outside, are going to be sensitive enough and get an all sky cam set up that, I saw the Milky Way in a 30-second exposure. So if we can have a camera set up that is a little more sensitive than these cameras, bigger sensor as well, and turn the gain up a little bit, that we can start to see the Milky Way in a live view of the scope. Or if we're just kind of, we'll have maybe a touring security camera to look at things. That's what I want to be able to do. And I also want you guys to realize, I don't want to feel like it's like I'm giving you guys like lip service or anything like that, like saying, oh, this would be great to do that, but then never actually kind of go forward with it. Obviously, a lot of the ideas that I have are going to take time and finances. So, but the ideas are there. It's what I want to be able to do. I don't feel there's ever going to be a point that I say, all right, this is it. This is the pinnacle of Astro Canuck. We're just going to coast. There's always going to be something else that we're going to want to do, something we're going to want to try out. And just with the dynamic of a lower light pollution, that we can try out some different cameras, some different setups as well. different telescopes, like other, maybe find like some other different security cameras that kind of offer that almost we're not going to be able to have like like a military grade infrared camera where you can, because those things start to run up like thousands of dollars for one of those night vision cameras. But something that we can utilize that's at the consumer level, that we can see something cool, that we can have like as live a possible view of these targets. So those are the ideas that are percolating in my mind, and what I want to be able to do for more astrophotography. And it really it comes down to we're in an area where anything now is possible except for connecting to the internet. So if I can get somebody to come out, someone who can set up and simulate a 60-foot reach of a pole to see if we can get that signal that we need, then there are wireless services that are going to get the job done for us, because we're within range of towers for Rogers and Bell. No security camera for the Milky Way. ZW has you covered with the planetary cameras that have the 360 all-sky lens, which will work out for what you want. There's also people who make outdoor housings for them. That's another thing. I want to get I do want to get an all-sky cam. But then again, it's also, I know that, what is an all-sky cam? You're probably going to be like $400 maybe, including like the camera and everything else like that. Like I'm wondering if you not for the sake of astrophotography, but just being able to have an outdoor camera at a much lower price point that will be able to do that. But an all sky cam is another thing that we want. And I mean, there is the tower, there is the our aerial and the on the beside the house that I can have that camera hooked up to, and we have pretty much a uninterrupted 360 degree view. No different than the cost of the camera. The all-sky lens is included with the cameras. Which ones? Okay, so now the guide camera that I got, the 120mm Mini, didn't have an all-sky. Didn't have an all-sky lens there. You're gonna get another 178MC eventually for Galaxy season. It comes with an all-sky lens. 178MC. Now, is that one of the... I guess it's not bad. That's not a bad price for it. Then you just need to get the housing. Yeah, that's actually not too bad there. So yeah, I guess the 120mm Mini didn't come with that because it was just... I guess it was more for the guide cameras there. It said it's a Galaxy Monster, has a 2.4 pixel size. Now there was see we're still in Milky Way season right now, and also Orion is coming up in the morning. I did take a picture of the Orion constellation from this place. Pardon me. The morning of the move, because it was like 5:30 in the morning when we were leaving. And yeah, Orion was high up in the southeast, and I still haven't been able to get a chance to get Orion in the new place in a fairly same position, same time, to kind of get that contrast between the Bortle 8 and 3 with the phone there. Yeah, I can't. It's yeah, because the confirmation on here, because it's been so long since I've used this laptop. Yeah, I haven't been able to... it's kind of logged me out of a lot of places. It's just for the inactivity there, so... And then it said, okay, let's send the confirmation to your phone. It's like, I don't have that phone at the moment. It's all packed up. I don't have that phone number anymore. You can upload it to Imager and post it here. That'll work. Appreciate that. And that because I'm using, I didn't want to use the laptop camera because it's not great. But at least this camera, I guess this looks, I don't know if it looks better than the Canon. Because I guess if I could retire the Canon. But then again, it's like, then I'm without the mobile phone. Although I am collecting old mobile phones for I am trying to do a really cool channel point reward on our channel here. And it does involve multiple cameras. Hopefully it's going to work out there. 4 or 5 minute exposures. Holy smokes. Wow, that is amazing. Peas and rice, that's incredible. Which this is with the 178? Like, All in Attack it looks awesome in there. That looks incredible. Ebsta! What's going on? How are you doing tonight? That's a 2600, of course. Holy potatoes, that is incredible. That's awesome. That's like I need a 2600. Man, that is so nice. That is really nice. Yeah, Ebsta, how you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. How have you been? I hope everybody's doing well tonight on a Saturday evening or a Sunday morning, depending on where you are right now. I didn't know how things were going to go for a setup. Unfortunately, I don't have a lazy Sunday Lego stream set up because, like I said, it is the situation at the moment is that I am also not going to be traveling, hours to get to go to a good connection of the former office, and then and just do like imaging throughout the week. That was a thought, is that I was actually going to have to bring everything back here for now, but then we essentially be without a telescope, really, because I only have the one mount. But yeah, absolutely doing really well. Overall doing great. Doing absolutely tremendous. Like I said, I'm back in the old office right now, mainly just to get some good internet connection there. And like I said, yeah, that option, that thought had crossed in my mind of, do we almost make like 2 separate studios? But it's just not possible. It's just getting another telescope mount, another camera, I already have the second ASI Air coming, but everything else is just like doubling up on so many things, which I don't know how well it would work out there. And also the travel time, so many different dynamics of things. It's just, I'd rather focus on getting the internet sorted out and working at the new place, as best as possible, really. Me with a 2600 and a nice wide field scope, or even in the RC in Portal 3 will do some damage. I I was going to set up. I was looking to set up the telescope on like the first night, first kind of clear nights, but we actually were expecting about a day or so later, we were expecting a month's worth of rain in 24 hours, which did fall, and thankfully we did quickly discover that the drainage on the property is actually really good. There's flooding elsewhere, and there's some damage to some trees. Unfortunately, not the trees that were kind of blocking our signal. But yeah, we got off pretty easy with things there. Until you get the interweb sorted home, please still image. Take some calibration frames, make the magic happen if it's clear. I have shared a few images on Twitter. I shared some of those ones from just using this phone there. But yeah, as soon as I have like a nice clear stretch of skies, and I can kind of the original. Remember in the should we find that image of our backyard? That little landing pad, as it were. That kind of flooded. So I was actually going to put the scope there and try things out, but it was actually there was a lot of water in that area afterward. So, but yeah, as soon as I get it's the internet has taken up a lot of my brain power and emotions, and it's just been like the main focus there. But yeah, definitely going to be imaging. Definitely going to be collecting a lot of data, and that's also what I was kind of hoping is with having the ASI Air Plus today, which didn't arrive. So hopefully during the week, somebody else will kind of be coming out this way. And actually, when I ordered the ASI Air Plus, we hadn't quite moved yet. I didn't know how quickly things were going to arrive, and I thought this is the chance if I try to send to the new address, and like we haven't moved in yet, there's going to be a bit of a problem. So I sent it to the old address, and I guess I could have had it sent to the new address and be waiting there. Looking at a week of rain coming up, minus 20 darks will continue. I guess this is also the opportunity to start building up the darks library while we have everything kind of closed off there. I did get the new office is ready to start being decorated, as it were. It was almost like this kind of shade of blue, but I wanted to paint it all white so I had better control of the overall lighting that was going on there. So obviously right now I don't have any of the colored lights set up. Everything's in the new house. So this is the old setup with the laptop and a makeup light. So, which maybe it's the phone. To me, it doesn't look that terrible. I mean, the sound probably is a little hollow because I also don't have the boom arm. The microphone is just sitting here. It's just on the stand. No pop, no filter or anything like that. So you're getting Astro Canuck unfiltered tonight. So we'll kind of slog through this together there. And also the setup, how I have it just doesn't. There's a lot in the way here. But we'll actually let me take a look at what the weather's looking like. I think. What do we have for forecast? Funny enough, tonight was maybe. No, wait. Sorry, this is the old place. This is the old address. Let's see there. If you're interested in what you do, 300 seconds and less 100 darks, 600 you do 60 and 1200, and you do 30 each long exposure of darks, 5 minutes plus takes about 10 hours. Oof. So you kind of you just kind of let that run, I guess, overnight, right? Especially when you don't have to, you don't really have to monitor anything. Now, how do you, I guess, protect your camera there? I know some people have like thrown it in a refrigerator to kind of keep the cooler from not overheating, but just working too hard. Do you put yours in just a dark box? Do you put it in a refrigerator? Because that was one thing I was thinking about, like, with the wire. I guess it's a flat wire with the camera, but then the power. No, I guess have it in as in dark of an area as possible there. All right, so today is rain. Actually, okay. All right, this is looking promising. So, from Tuesday onward, it might be good to get things set up. If even, like Monday morning, kind of get things together there and hopefully have some good imaging nights there. Samshung, what's going on? How are you? How are you doing tonight? You wait until it's cool outside, then since the office is outside the shed, you don't have to worry. Fair enough. That's also noted. Oh my goodness. Okay, condensation in the area I've noticed is a lot more prevalent than it is here. So, 100%, I have to get that sorted out. I have to get that secondary dew heater on there, or else we are finished our imaging session even before the night starts. Are you good? Just picked up an order from First Light Optics, and they're great. I've had no problems with First Light Optics, even when I was looking to return something. Yeah, they weren't. They were pretty good with it actually. So the move went smooth. Samsung, the move went smooth. The internet, however, the internet is not, as illustrated by being back in the old office right now. So yeah, we have slow it'll do internet set up in the new place right now, but it's like just enough to get some pixelated Netflix, but not enough to do a stream from. Although I will try to get my phone to work out. The LTE signal for me isn't that great, and we're close to towers, but because there's a lot of trees in the place, it's blocking a lot of the signal. So we got to get something that's above the trees, and that's what we got to work. That's what we have to try to figure out is that investment going to be? Is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be, will it be beneficial to us to have that higher tower? We were talking about the pigeons. We were talking about the pigeons earlier. That did come up. So it's and like other places were saying, oh, well, you can wait for Starlink. Like, well, I don't want to wait for it. We need internet. It's 2021. How can we not all have access to internet that is better than dial-up? That's good for streaming and video conferencing, and the fact that now there's a lot of working from home. Like if I was working from home in this area, we wouldn't be able to do that. We wouldn't have been able to do any of that, which really would have compromised things. So it's like, why can't this be? Why can't everybody have this high speed internet available to them? I know that that Starlink has been being set up for quite a while now. But then there's also some other satellite internet companies that I was researching, but it's mainly just available in the States right now, which is also annoying. Or other ones that claim to have like they say it's high speed, and I guess to them it's high speed, where it's like a 25 down and a 5 up package for certain companies. It's almost $250 a month. and they say that's high speed. It's like, that is outrageous prices. That is ridiculous pricing there. There is with Bell, there isn't a great reception for the phones. Rogers, there is a better LTE connection, and Rogers still doesn't have their. I signed up for interest for their wireless, for their LTE internet, but it hasn't been set up yet. It hasn't been initiated, or if it has, it hasn't made it our way yet. So that's a bit of a problem as well, because I know that a Rogers signal would reach, and they could probably get a decent signal coming through, enough that we could get by with streaming. Like right now, I should be streaming at 720p at max, because I'm on the laptop, and the laptop, I don't want it to work too hard. From the other computer, I can send out the signal at 1080p, and then we'll have transcoding, and I can work out from there. I would probably have to. I do wonder if I drop it down one more, because I would imagine a lot of people are, if you're on your PC, you're on your computer, it's still not going to be. I'm not taking up like your whole screen. On a mobile phone, won't be taking. Well, it's a smaller screen, so it can be a little more forgiving. Online is streaming now and sharing the astro enthusiasm with us, so you'll take it. Well, I appreciate you guys being in here today. And so I'll kind of be recapping this throughout the night of what we want to be doing, and that is taking this opportunity now, while we have like very slow upload speeds back at home, is to start doing more of the shorter YouTube videos, sharing my experience and creating some evergreen content that we can refer back to. So when there are times when people are talking about maybe having some difficulties with polar alignment and what are the options out there, I would always recommend the QHY Polemaster if it's kind of within your budget and it's something that you are setting up and taking down regularly, that it's something that is going to save you time. So something like that, like a short and sweet video on just how I kind of got things set up, how I enjoyed it, and just some of the little things about the Polemaster camera that maybe people haven't realized is available to it there. All right, Third Rock, you do a little bit of lurk. No worries, it's all good. Now I would share more of the images that I had taken from the new place, but something has stopped syncing with my OneDrive. I know why, because the new phone. It's great to be able to get a free upgrade for your phone, but then you realize that how many things you forget that you have to connect. How many things you forget that are connecting on there. Let me go over so I can pull up my Twitter feed on here. Because at least I have shared a few of those images from the new place. So at least we have that. We'll have that to share with you guys there. So this is I'll go over to where was the first one I shared. Now, we've all seen the greenhouse in the images that I had shared before and again. Just how I can't even describe how dark the dark skies are. And just walking out, even looking out through the window and still seeing hundreds of stars readily available from the inside of a house, looking through multiple panes of glass. And it's just the views are, like, even now, I still haven't experienced, like, the first night was a full moon. We had 100% full moon on the first night. So there are some images I shot that actually looked like it was daylight, where like, how are you seeing stars in the afternoon? It was just, the moon, that's another thing, is the moon just seemed that much brighter, that it wasn't even combating with any light pollution. We were just like getting just pure moonlight coming through. But actually, I think this is a better image to look at, in the sense that it's a 30-second exposure. We got 30-second exposure, and we're seeing the Milky Way. So I don't know if my mouse shows up on here, but just from like the top left down towards the first pane of glass on the left is that band, that dark center with the light around it is the Milky Way. Yeah, we're looking out almost towards the core. We're looking towards the. We can actually see. Actually, it is Vega is that brightest star up there, and you can start to see the swan of the constellation of Cygnus coming through. And yeah, just to be able to see that. And it was a full moon, so my meat cameras weren't working optimally to actually see the Milky Way. But we are approaching. We're getting, the moon is rising much later in the night, so it's still dark at those hours. So if I can start to get a better look at things, and want to taking these images during a full moon. The moon itself is creating light pollution, so we didn't really have dark skies. There was that first night, once the moon had actually set. I did take a peek outside, and it just seemed the stars seemed that much brighter. By then, it was Orion would have been rising up in the east, and we would have been able to see a little more, probably a little more of the Milky Way, just like that faint little bit that was kind of sticking up around like the, I guess closer to like the west, northwest. Would have been seeing some of the Milky Way. But it was just like for 30 seconds. If I were to go, actually, if I went outside right now to take a 30-second exposure, my camera would get all wet. But if I was to do a 30-second exposure here, it just wouldn't look good at all. Like, it would be almost beige and washed out from all the light pollution. And maybe we would see about maybe like 10, 15 stars out of this image, where we're already seeing like hundreds in a single image. And I just there's so much more. Like, it's only been a week. We've only been there a week, and I'm already back in the old office. Actually, a testament to how the signal is here. I'm running on Wi-Fi tonight, actually, because halfway here, I don't know how it just the running through my mind this checklist that I had. Like, okay, I got the phone, I got the microphone, I got the laptop, we got that, and I don't have an Ethernet cable. And then I'm thinking, am I going to stream from a different room? And then I don't know, it wouldn't look as familiar. At least here, we're close to the similar look to what we were at before. Maybe not as definitely not as nice of a lighting situation as we had prior, with some lights that were a little easier on the eyes. I have this overhead light that's not doing much for me. What's going on, Doug? How are you? The move is done. The internet, however, is not complete. So I am back at the old place. So we're in a little bit more of a familiar setting for the moment. But at least we got some of the images that I've shared on Twitter that's available, because the camera I'm using, which has my photos, is this camera here. So instead of using my laptop's webcam, I figured I'd use the mobile phone as my webcam tonight. And it's a quicker setup, and also I see it doesn't look that much. It doesn't look too bad, actually. It's more of how hot the phone is going to get. Now I am building up my library of older mobile phones to actually kind of use them as multiple cameras. And so far, it seems to have been working for Droid OBS, because I paid for one account, and I guess as long as I'm logged in on the phones, it should work. So there's another. I don't want to allude too much to what I'm doing um, for this channel point redeem that I'm working on, but it does involve 2 phones, and yeah, I guess it's a cheaper option than using, like mirrorless cameras or DSLRs or something like that, or more expensive webcams. I guess in a way this is a kind of an expensive webcam because it was a working cell phone at one point, but essentially it's, have it to hand. We'll see how this works out there. But yeah, there's some other channel point rewards that I want to get working. And I know there's been a lot of updates with Lumia Stream, that there's some cool things that they're working on, and yeah, a lot more options that I want to be able to implement on the channel here. So a lot of these ideas for down the line that have a better chance of becoming, being brought into fruition a little sooner than expected, because there is going to be a little bit of a time in between the live streams, which, I really don't like it. But it does have the opportunity for me to explore with what we can do with YouTube for the shorter, the on-demand videos, as it were, and that evergreen content, and also, starting a more of a blog as well for some of the things that may not work out well for a video. That if it's like a short read of what I've been doing, maybe even just doubling up on certain things like that, where you can have those certain things, certain references to hand. Like even with the options for polar alignment with a Star Adventurer, or polar alignment just in general. Like I think that seems to be like when I was starting out with astrophotography, was people talking about how polar alignment can be very frustrating. And I think what I lucked out with was like the first night, I was very comfortable with how everything was going with polar alignment and with the Star Adventure, and everything just kind of clicked right away, which I count myself very fortunate that happened, and I wasn't too frustrated with that. Guiding, on the other hand, auto guiding, that was something that took a whole night and a half to get figured out. And I know there's a lot of things that you want to get done for astrophotography, get set up during the day in the light. But yeah, unless the stars are out for getting your guiding set up, you kind of need that darkness, and then you're just you're literally in the dark trying to get things all sorted out. It was cold out as well. That was the other thing, that it wasn't the warmest night to be getting things working out there. Pardon me. But yeah, it was. It's just one of those experiences that I do want to share, that people may have had as well, or just if it's kind of something that's new to them. And not so much to avoid making those mistakes. Like gremlins are going to pop up in the equipment no matter what. So it's just kind of a matter of being ready for them, being prepared. Yeah, until then, it's we're suffering through some slower internet. Like actually, you can see in this image. See if we can zoom in on that. There, you can see our teeny tiny little receiver on there. I don't know how. You can't really zoom in on. Actually, yes, I can. Hang on. There we go. That tiny little square, a little diamond up there. That's our satellite internet receiver. Not a whole lot to it, but that is what catches our signal. All right, Shmoop, you're going to head out for a bit. No worries. Good to see you in here. Look forward to seeing you again on the next one. And again, I'll try to keep you guys updated as in advance as possible. Like I'm going to set, after the stream, everything's kind of going back into vacation mode, although I'm not really on vacation, but we'll keep updates with Discord, on Twitter as well. And like now that I at least have, I can be back in chats as well. I can start to check out some other people who I've missed. I've missed streaming. I haven't been able to hang out with people on Twitch for so long now that it's like it seems like things move pretty quick. And everybody's working at their own speed. But I saw that a couple other people I do follow recently reached the partner level on Twitch, which is amazing. To kind of reach that effort on there. I know a lot of people say don't worry about the numbers, don't worry about things. It'll happen there. And I think early on I was really obsessing over numbers and things like that. But again, it's that's not the point. That's not the point of why we're doing this. This is me wanting to share the night sky with you guys as often as possible. And what I will probably end up doing in terms of for astrophotography or even like live sessions, now that I have a bit of a connection, a bit of an internet connection, there may be some live tweets, I guess, about what's going on about during like some of the imaging sessions there. So, there'll be, I guess, a little bit of a back and forth, but nothing as, unfortunately for next little while, as dynamic as what we've done in the past. But that will come back. We'll have the scope set up in the new place. This also gives me a chance to kind of set the scope up in different areas and see what's going to be kind of that optimal position for everything, and where we can get some decent views coming through. And I see when we look at this the image close up, it's not until it kind of gets a little smaller we can start to see more of the Milky Way, and that's just what I'm so excited about for this area, these Bortle 3 skies, and just how much, like, there's the International Space Station flew over as well that same night, and it was incredibly bright. Like, it's such a huge step. I never realized how big of a step it was from a 5 to a 3. And so I can't even imagine what it would be like going from a 3 to a 1. So we will have a collection of images that have been shot in a Bortle 8, in a Bortle 3, and in a Bortle 5. So we're going to have kind of a fair bit of options there. Within a foot, what's going on? How are you? It is a very sexy sky. I'm hoping that we're going to have, like, the next, later on in the week, I guess come Monday through till possibly Friday, we may have some clear skies. So I will aim to get the scope set up maybe Monday afternoon so we can start getting some images coming through there. But for now, it is just me. It's just me in the old room for now. But like I said, I'm going to take more pictures, and actually, yeah, I can get the DSLR brought out, because I can shoot at 18 millimeters, and probably get about maybe 15 second exposures before I figured I got to break down and buy another Star Adventurer. Because if the camera is looking really good, I might even swap out my DSLR for the mobile phone, actually. And really, to be fair, I mean, there's other ways I can stay connected during a stream if need be. So maybe even swapping out that camera for a and like, what is a Star Adventure right now? Like, I already have the tripods, and to be fair, I have a great view of to the north. All's not well within a foot world. Oh no, what's up? What's going on? I know we always want things to be as positive as possible, but yeah, life can happen. Throw us a curveball or a few. Hopefully everything is, solvable, recoverable, get back to normalable. I'm making up able words here. But I'm hoping that. So I was also kind of hoping that today we could have had a bit of an unboxing as well, and thanks to UPS and their very vague time frames, and also changing their mind fairly often on their delivery schedules, it's the ASI Air Plus is not with us at the moment. So I was really hoping that we're actually going to be able to take a look at it. And I've seen a lot of people of the Experience Officer program. A lot of people have been recently receiving them, so I know it's like close. Actually, it is very close. I could probably drive over to the facility and pick it up if they would allow me to, but they won't, because it's only in Mississauga right now. But there's a time frame when they said they to be participating in this Experienced Officer program. They said by the 10th of October they wanted to have people posting their reviews. I know a lot of people have been posting their time with it, so I guess I will have a very abbreviated time with the ASI Air Plus. But I am hoping that the way how the what do we have for? Yeah, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If I can have the Plus by Monday, then at least we'll get things set up. Sorry, I was saying set up Monday afternoon. Setting up like Tuesday morning. And also what's good is that we are, we're less than a 50% moon on Tuesday. We've got Astro Dark by quarter to 9, which is so much better than waiting until 11 o'clock or not having it at all. The CEM 40 mount doesn't have a clutch in it. It doesn't have a clutch. It's dial switches, which are locked or unlocked. Yours have decided they prefer to be locked and stay locked, and you're buggered if you know why. I don't know. If I see buggered popped up as a block term there. I guess it's not accepting it as slang at the moment. Anyway, but I don't have an experience with those kind of mounts. I would wonder. I would imagine you've tried so many different ways to get everything unlocked there. Is it something that has like jammed within the gears? Can you take it apart? Do you want to take it apart? Next, let me look at a picture of a CEM 40. It sucks that's happened. That stinks. I hate it when technology, when things do that, and there's like seemingly no real solution that we have on there. So that's another thing is I want to maybe even the next mount will be a central weighted equatorial mount, to have that experience with it as well, to be able to to speak from experience on things. Right now, like the only equatorial mounts I've used is the Skywatcher Star Adventure and the EQ6R Pro. So it's not very a diverse thing there. It's only a month old. Have you spoken to the vendor about it? Like, is there anything that that they can do for you, or do they say it's like past that time there? The engineering on the CEMs is fantastic, but the quality control is a little W2F. Eh? Two Ioptrons now, and they both. You have issues with both of them now, or has it just? CM40. And for that price, holy potatoes! For that price, so you'd expect that that things are going to work for you, right? The 25 and 60 both are really bad QC. The CEM 25 shipped and it didn't even work on arrival. Yeah, it's like $2,600 after you're all said and done here, right? Actually, that's US, wouldn't it be on their site? So yeah, it's looking over like $3,000 here. You paid just over £2,000 for it. And you spent $6,000 on both. And it's just like the so like the with these types of mounts, it's less that you don't have to do. There's a little more. What's the advantage for these ones? I gotta say, I really haven't looked into these to these types of mounts. So no. Sorry, that message from the Astrobot is incorrect at the moment. I don't have the printer with me. So is it just less worry about these kind of banging into the mount as it passes the meridian, or like what's the advantage of it, or is these types of equatorial mounts versus a German equatorial mount where the balance there? The weight is fulcrumed. Otherwise, it's just another EQ. Okay, so these should have a little lower amount of periodic error in them. Should be better balanced as well. And this isn't even like this is kind of like that middle of the road kind of mount, isn't it? See, and also it better balance, less required to achieve balance. It does look like they kind of there seems a little more with the like with the EQ6R that there is that. I feel sometimes like the way how it sits on there, like there is a bit of a pressure as it needs to rotate along the right axis or the right ascension. Sorry. And it's just a matter. The thing is that we spend this money, and we wait so long for these products to come in, even if even like pre-pandemic times, before people were saying, oh, that that all of these the shipping delays are because of COVID, which at this point it's like we've been dealing with this for like 2 years now. I think that a lot of the places should have things on lock by now. With it being a silver lining, the weather is terrible anyway. That would be even more infuriating if you had like the clearest skies going through there. That's it. Like the if is the phone move? Is it moving? I feel like I'm lower. I'm lower than before. But yeah, it's when the weather is bad. There's also those times that when I'm like thinking it shows the weather's gonna be good, and you're thinking, okay, let's get things set up. But then there's those times it's like maybe I want to like just relax for tonight and not have to worry about setting things up. And then you look outside and it's surprisingly cloudy. And it's like, all right, I'm fine with that. I'm good with that cloudy night. But then again, there's also the other times where like a lot of people have had weeks of cloudy nights with like minimal breaks in between. So it's kind of like this hobby that we've picked, so dependent. Now, also, here's another thing. I do have I don't know how well it would work. I have acquired a spare satellite dish. Can I do any type of radio astronomy with a old TV satellite dish? Or does it need to be bigger? That's another project that, after swapping out the old TV satellite for a new one, is the guy just left it and he's like, we're just going to throw it out. I'm like, I will take it. I will take that action and see what we can do. If I can't do anything with it, then that's fine. I'll just bin it. It's fine. But if there's something I could try to do, a little homemade radio astronomy, then that's another project to work on. I don't know how long it would take to get something like that up and running, or what other programming I would need. But we can see how that goes. We can see what the options are. Isn't the Paul Allen telescope made from essential TV-sized dishes? I don't know. I'm not sure. Darknace, how are you? What's going on? It's the thing. It's more of the projects that have been not piling up, but have been accumulating and being acquired in like the last week, essentially, of what we can do while we have crummy internet and can't reliably stream until then. So yes, until then it'll be research for a single TV satellite dish and see what we can do with that, and see if our 60-foot tower will work to get us better internet and a more reliable signal, so we actually stream from the new house rather than being back in the old office with absolutely no decoration whatsoever. I was actually thinking about just kind of putting images on the screen, but then all the angles would change if I was to move the camera, because everything is very Mickey Mouse at the moment. So, I said things will change. It'll hopefully sooner than later. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long. I'm just waiting for that email to always pop through. Mr. Clean, thank you very much for the 4 bits. How are you doing today? How's it going? We can get the internet sorted out. That's like a big thing. And also another thing is just we're getting very close to to our streamversary, to our 1 year from streaming on Twitch. And maybe if I do have to pack some stuff out this way and do a bit of a impromptu, not so much an IRL stream, but bringing the scope back out this way and doing some imaging. But that's also another thing, is like taking a 2.5 hour drive back here and having the weather turn. that wouldn't be ideal there. Being awake late, so you caught you streaming. Well, good to see you in here. Glad to see you guys in here. I know it's kind of our regular night, but the streams are a little sporadic at the moment, and I do apologize for that because I don't want it to seem that I've just I've kind of given up on streaming. I know it's you see a lot of people, they'll kind of start up and then maybe they kind of phase out fairly soon because it just maybe isn't for them. I want to say that this is for me. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy sharing the night sky with everybody. And unfortunately, fortunately, I'm in a position where I have almost no light pollution. Unfortunately, it comes with some very terrible internet connection. So I can't even stream from that location at the moment, which is infuriating because talking to different companies saying, oh yeah, no, we can get you signal. They can get you there. We can get you hooked up with the internet. We have towers in the area. And then it's like, well, these towers aren't going to work for you. And it's something you can't find out until a technician comes out and says, oh, we can't get the signal. You have to do this. Well, I can't do that. That's not an option. Like the internet we have right now, it's not an option for streaming. I could probably get away with using a cell phone, because maybe it's not actually. If I can get the Stream Elements app working again on this phone, and I can choose my bit rate and my resolution, and maybe it's something that we can try to get by with a little bit there. What's going on, Tropical Geek? How are you doing? There's so much light. There's too much light pollution. The new place is great. New place is great for the lack of light pollution there. The fact that we can take we do our 30-second exposure in the new place, and we got the Milky Way in view. I'm pretty excited for that. I'm very excited for that. It's right now. It's that the internet is the big issue. Is that we just can't get the connection going, but I will still do imaging sessions. I'll still collect data in there, and we'll share those images as often as possible there. So it is. There is no LTE signal available at our height, our elevation. We have to get above trees, so I have to get somebody to come out and confirm that if we were to install a 60-foot antenna, that we are going to be able to receive an LTE signal to have our wireless internet and be able to get a signal that we can stream from. It's fine for the download speeds are just fine. Everything, so many things on the internet are small enough packets of information anyway that we can get by with these speeds. But it's for sending this signal out that it's no good. So, I will try. I'll give it a shot. But I know that that Twitch does recommend that you're going to be uploading at least 5 megabits per second. And I barely have that. We barely have one. We're barely uploading at 1 megabit per second. So, that's the. So what am I doing right now? I'm my speed right now. I'm running at 4.5 megabits per second there. I know the IRL hub, correct? In case you need help. Which one's that? Because it's for. Like we have our satellite internet right now, it's 10 down, 1 up at best. If we can at least get an LTE signal, like I was near the Bell Tower with my phone, and I did a speed test, and it was 140 down and 20 up. So if I can get that signal, then there's no worries. I'm not going to be concerned with anything there if we can get that signal. but it's just a matter of reaching that there. Discord server to help other each other for IRL streams, but lots of techie knowledge there. Is it called the IRL Hub? Do you have a link for that Discord, Tropical Geek? Actually, if you could whisper it over to me. Yes, please. I appreciate it. Right now, I can't access Discord on here because I've been off the laptop for too long, and this is my only phone at the moment, which I'm using as the webcam. So I can't even scan the QR code on Discord right now to confirm, because it's just been so long I've been away from this computer. But yeah, it should work out there. Sounds like it'd be better to get a neighbor and bounce the Wi-Fi signal to the next city. Record distance for Wi-Fi are about 380 kilometers using mostly off-the-shelf equipment. Seriously, I'm looking at other solutions like LTE boosters, and it's a thing. It's like, is that going to work? Is that going to be enough? Like with having like barely the right signal. Like I say for Rogers or is it or Cox Cable? I guess they're the same parent company, I think. That those signals come through pretty good. We actually get LTE plus, but Rogers doesn't have a wireless home internet at the moment. You'd have to be kind of relying on a cell phone as a go-between. And we already know there's already more traffic that's coming through for the cell phone, which would just interfere with all that already. So yeah, I will check out Tropical Geek. I will check that out. I appreciate sending over a DM there. Just to be able to get things up and running. If I can just achieving the 5 megabit per second upload speed that that Twitch is more recommending for the streams. And even if right now I'm running a 720p, and I can imagine that it doesn't look that bad on devices. It's also, we're not doing crazy things on here anyway. So yeah, it is just the matter of finding that sweet spot with things and being able to. For now, I want to say we'll get by with the streams, but I do want to have things improved. I know that Starlink is they said it's going to be in the area, but until then, it's what we're dealing with there. Good transmission is for partners, else you're stuck with restarting. You've heard. Well, it's you can. I've run it at 1080, at 1080p. I've had in Toronto. I've had transcoding every stream. In the UK, I wouldn't always have transcoding. So it's the option wasn't there. So it's and I don't know what the transcoding will be like when I head back up north there. We'll just have to see. If I am kind of relegated to the Toronto server anyway, if so, I would imagine generally they're going to get transcoding every stream there. But yeah, if I run at 720p, I'm not fussed with that. I think it looks fine. I'll probably go back and watch the VOD again and see how things look. Although I have a very, very static view at the moment. Our TV is satellite TV, which I'm surprised that okay, I can get satellite TV, so why can't they beam an internet signal to the same thing? Why does it have to be something different? Why doesn't Bell use the satellites for internet, which I'd imagine you'd probably still get a decent signal out of there. If they can, they're not doing it. They're not offering it up. It was called Barracuda. Really? What's going on, Spaceberry? How are you? But it somehow lost popularity. I wonder if it was kind of like in the day of, I guess, because I'm in a rural area, so maybe there weren't enough people at that time that were clamoring for it, which is a bit of annoying. Starlink only goes to 53 degrees. Really? See, because I know, like in the area, like there are people in Canada, there are people in my latitude um, that have Starlink. Was it? There's another guy, Don Drones on YouTube. He has Starlink in Canada. He kind of, I guess, he got in early on in the program there. Um, So I know that I did check for this area to see if I can get a satellite coming in, but they said they're not rolling out any additional satellites. They're not rolling out any additional new customers there. So yeah, we'll see how that goes there. Someone who had it in Michigan there. There's some satellite internet satellite they claim to be high speed, and they're not. Sonic Atomic, what's going on? Empty room. I have moved. We have moved. This is the new place. We moved there last Friday. I came back down this way because I was expecting a parcel to arrive, but it didn't. UPS was very vague on things. So yeah, that's the view from the new place. That's a single 30-second exposure. So, the skies are awesome. This was a full moon as well. We were in astronomical dark, but the full moon was causing all the light pollution. So, I kind of worked with what I got, but the important thing is we have the Milky Way. We can start to see that band of the Milky Way, and that going up from the left corner of the image down. So that's really cool. That's what I'm looking forward to, is doing more imaging there. And this week coming, if the forecast is going to hold up, we're going to get some good imaging coming through there, and we'll share some more of these images there. And like I said, I'll probably aim to get the DSLR with the larger sensor, a little better light gathering capabilities than my phone, and just see what we can do with maybe these. Security! Naji, what's going on? Security, how are you doing, sir? How's it going? Anything satellite and... Ooh. Thank you very much for the 1 bit. The anonymous cheer. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Anything satellite and internet that goes geostationary is not only high latency, but also essentially one satellite doing it, all low bandwidth. That's why Starlink and OneWeb are interesting. See, I haven't looked into OneWeb there. Welcome in, Raiders. Security, thank you so much for bringing in your community here. How is it going tonight? What were you up to? Glad to have you guys in here tonight. My name is Tom. I am the Astro Canuck, and we are here in our most minimal stream to date. We have moved. Oh, thank you very much for the 10 bits. Much appreciated. We have moved. We have moved to Northern Ontario. Gary TV, welcome on into the observatory. Thank you so much for the follow. We're in darker skies. However, I am back in the Bortle 8 section at the moment. But this is our view. This is what we have. Now, is it Naji or Knaji? Is the K silent? Working on rotating platform and motor mount. Ooh. Oh, cool. You got some awesome stuff going on your stream now, Security. Dude, stuff's looking amazing on there. Now, also, I have just recently, as of yesterday, I have an internet connection in the new place. So I'm looking forward to being back in more streams and checking you guys out. And I feel like I've missed so much in the past 2 months almost from not being like from moving and not having a lot of time sitting on the sitting and working on things on the computer there. You're going to go grab dinner real quick. We'll surely be back. You love star stuff. All right, Gary, no worries. We'll be here for a little bit there. I appreciate you guys coming on in tonight. I wasn't anticipating that we were going to have like an extensive stream at the moment because we are in in an empty room. I don't have the telescope set up. Everything is back up north. But I had to come back down here to what I thought was going to retrieve a parcel, but it didn't work out. Sure, you get this question a lot, no worries. But have you ever seen anything unusual while looking up? There was a time when we thought we caught a meteor on camera, which we thought that was kind of unusual. Turned out it was a bird. It was a bird that was illuminated by the streetlights, and it just had that kind of almost of a trajectory that we thought that we were seeing something, but we actually didn't. A lot of times we do catch the International Space Station coming over or airplanes coming through our images there, but we've always had an identified object. We've always had IFOs coming through, except for that one bird. But we did our diligence, and we did report it as a potential meteor. And the UK Meteor Watch, they confirmed that it was not. That it was actually a bird. They went through the video frame by frame. But I've had the International Space Station roll through, and let me see. Let me try something out here. Let me see if we actually have we did get a very close up view of the International Space Station as it rolled through one of our images there, which we thought was Starlink at the time, and we blamed Elon Musk for this one. Let's see if it's actually on here, if it's just on the other computer. And let's see if we got on here. I do apologize. I'm on the laptop, on the old laptop here. Like I said, we're using a bit of an older setup, but the information up here is correct. The information up here is still correct there. But yeah, happy to have you guys in here today. Thank you, security, for bringing your community on in here. And like I said, it's a bit of it's a bit of an empty, hollow room, which I was kind of almost thinking that this was going to be the look for the final stream before the move. And I didn't anticipate that we would be back here doing another stream in this manner. So think of this as the as the final stream redo from our Bortle 8 skies. Let me see if we have these. If I have the image of the International Space Station rolling through. I may say possibly not. No, I don't think so. But yeah, I think the having the International Space Station come through the frame in such such a long focal length as well was very not unique. It was very specific and very lucky to have that kind of roll through by looking at such a very tiny window of the night sky. Let's see. Which camera is... There we go. So these are some of our other images that we've taken throughout the streams. Actually, here's a good example. Actually, 2 seconds here. Let me bring my face back over here. There we go. Yeah, this was a This is one of those times when we did have, excuse me. There we go. We did have a meteor shoot through one of our images. This was a 5-second exposure, and you can see how much this has crossed the frame and how it, it started dim and brightened up as it punched through the atmosphere and essentially vaporized afterward. So we caught this meteor. There's still a meteorite coming through, which was, again, such a long focal length and very specific, a 5-second exposure just to make sure we were on target there. So capturing those ones are always fun. Do you have any 360-degree lenses that come with the ZWO cameras? I do not. I didn't get any of them coming through there because the cameras that I bought didn't come with the with those all sky cam lenses, which was unfortunate. But we will get one set up. We will get an all sky cam set up with the ZWO cameras, and it's in about that price point that I would probably edge toward getting those sooner than later because of the dark skies, because of being able to see much more, and have that one running. I don't know if I would have that one running the whole time, or some kind of being able to check on the view. Arasakai, how you doing? I love that you have Rasa in your name. Rasa being one of the telescopes that we would like to invest in, and add that into the mix there. Because imagine having a Rasa in a Bortle 3 sky. How incredible would that be? Like you'd need almost no time on the exposures. The exposures would come through before we even finish taking the image. It'd be such an amazing view there. Again, these are things that I'm sometimes speaking beyond the financial situation at the moment, but we'll aim to. We'll get there. We'll get there with these scopes we're talking about. What's going on, Bubba Zelnik? How are you? How's it going? You're good. I would say if you could make that phone call. And we will continue on with things here for a little bit longer. Thank you. Yeah, but this is some of the things that we capture on stream. So it can be very, very fortunate. The hockey stick galaxy or the crowbar galaxy is another target we want to add a little more time to. A lot of these targets that we've taken these single exposures of, we want to spend more time with. They're just looking for, a lot of these examples that we have, we're using a narrowband filter to cut out a lot of the light pollution. But if we can combine a broadband filter with low light pollution and get a lot more detail coming through, then that's something cool that we want to be able to. I want to be able to share with you guys. Astrophotography is largely dependent on the weather and the sky conditions. Whether you are, in a very, a moisture-laden area, which is going to chew up a lot of the light coming through. It's going to cause refraction, and you're going to be dealing with a more aggressive atmosphere to shoot through, which is you're seeing. But if you're in a drier, arid landscape, or you're higher at a higher elevation, then we want to be able to check out more targets, spend more time on them, and you're going to get better guiding as well. You make you want to play No Man's Sky or Elite Dangerous. That has popped up many times on stream. I have played No Man's Sky. I thought it was kind of cool. I have yet to play Elite Dangerous, and as I was talking about, we've just moved into a new house. Right now, I'm back in the old house at the moment, but to get things set up and at a point where we can create a bit of a different schedule for streaming, and maybe whether or not maybe do play games, I'm not too sure. But to kind of get into, people do like Elite Dangerous a lot, so it is more sim and realistic. That people do hang out in different nebulae within the galaxy, which is pretty cool, because if we're imaging that and then we can kind of play in the fantasy world on that, then I think that's a cool combination to be showing on here, and also seeing how accurate they get things. That's another thing, is when they get science right in movies and games. Pardon me. That you can have that more accurate representation. That it's not as wildly fantastical and just out of the realm of physics. So you get to tell a little bit of that, a little bit more of a richer story for getting it right. You're pretty sure it's 1-to-1 of the Milky Way. Now, can you travel faster than light in Elite Dangerous to at least get around to these different areas? Now, we did have this is a single exposure on the Cygnus wall that we shot, and we actually acquired 22 hours worth of exposures on the Cygnus wall, which I've yet to get around to reprocessing on there. We did do a process of this section, and I don't have that image on here because it's on another computer at the moment. But we're just trying to see what we can see to get by on here. Now, I've also noticed that depending on which filter we're using, we're going to see more stars than usual on here. Because if you're shooting in broadband, there's going to be more stars kind of coming through. If we're shooting in narrow band, we're going to get better details of the nebulae. This one, the Crescent Nebula that we're looking at. Also, we've kind of redubbed the Potato Nebula. It's been a while since you played it, but it's really cool. So you can sort of travel a little faster to get around the galaxy then. Elite Dangerous has a jump drive for interstellar and a FTL for planetary. Okay, for interplanetary. All right, so it is. So they do fudge the physics there a little bit, which I guess, no, I would accept that because it's a game. You wouldn't want to be sitting there traveling at the speed of light, taking 4 years just to reach our closest neighboring star. I don't think there'd be a lot of replay value in that. But it is, last I saw, it was available on the Xbox Game Pass, right? So if I get the internet sorted out back at the new place, then we can at least get back into a little more gaming there. Or it's hours to cross the system. But I guess, is there something about, like, I guess the patience in that game as well? It does take a couple of days to reach the core, jump after jump, scooping fuel and plasma from the stars. That does sound fun. That does sound really cool. It's just a matter of finding the time to get into it. Because there's, I guess maybe that would be if I incorporate that game into the stream. At least then I can play it while I've already worked on other things off stream. So maybe we'll start to in the near future we'll kind of reinstate some gaming nights on here and see what we can do. Because there's still the Kerbal Space Program that I want to get through and actually get out of the tutorial and play that, get a little more in depth into the game as well. because with the second one coming out, I know that so many people are probably going to abandon the first one, and just have a little bit of fun with that. I did manage to, on my first test launch, I managed to land my Kerbin back safely, and then somehow managed to blow up the ship. So it was like, you leave it to me to make a safe landing and then still blow up the ship afterward. But yeah, it is ridiculously, and just how much you can do in KSP, and watching other people play it, and just seeing the intricate details in some of the ships that they've built, and being able to like replicate the like what SpaceX is doing with the Falcon Heavy rockets, or Falcon 9, sorry, and being able to build those. I'm barely being able to navigate like being able to roll at the right time. But it was fun playing Kerbal. So we'll get back into that. And also for October, when we get into there, I also wanted to have our Phasmophobia nights, kind of going back to where things started when we first started streaming back in October of 2020. So that's another thing, is where I want to be able to get the internet up and running back at the new place, so I'm not traveling so much to do a stream, and that we can go back to do our little scary game nights. And because I can better control the lighting, that we can have different lighting events as well, and just incorporate more interaction in the stream, rather than right now, because I am just using a bunch of static lights at the moment because everything is back at the new place. We're hamstrung on what we're doing here. But like I said, we're going to be doing more. We'll do more imaging nights, and doing some wide field imaging with different cameras that I have available. So at the new place, like I said, we have better skies. We have darker skies that I want to be able to share with you guys as well. So a lot of that will be going up on Twitter in the meantime, just to share as much as I can with you. That's the goal here. That's what I want to be able to do, is share the night sky, talk about what we're looking at. Is there a Kraken? Is there a Kraken type thing in Elite Dangerous? I want in. I want in on Elite Dangerous. We'll make it happen, right? We'll do that. We will. We'll kind of. I guess we'll work in with. Come October. See, October was going to be. There was going to be gaming. There was also the possibility of that. That Lego haunted house. It's very, very tough there. Kraken is the thing in KSP, slang for a floating point problem. Aha. What's up, Third Rock? I'm okay with a steep learning curve. We got the time. We got the time to try it out there. Also, I think it's one of those things that could be entertaining / frustrating for some people watching me play it, because there are things in Kerbal. It was just what I guess other more experienced users were just kind of shaking their head at what I was doing there. I am Astro Canuck on Xbox Live as well. So if we kind of get things, once I get things sorted out, get the Xbox hooked up again, then I'll get back online gaming again there as well. But it's just been for like the past year I've been moving, so yeah, it'll be good to kind of get back to a regular schedule where it doesn't include packing a box every night. Found Starlink coverage. Would like to post them if wanted. I would say drop them in the Discord for now. I'll have Discord available to me after the stream once I can log back in with my phone. Drop them on there. I'll check those out and see what they're doing. You just move. It's a pain in the ass. I've moved twice in the last year. I moved from the UK to Canada, from the UK to Toronto, and now Toronto up to Northern Ontario in the Bruce Peninsula. So it's been very interesting. So I feel your oh goodness. I was just gonna say I feel your pain in the ass, but that's everything still hurts. We're slowly getting back to less pain. Is this when you just pop right back in there, Gary? As soon as I said that. I don't recommend moving multiple times in 1 year. Spectacular timing. Spectacular timing. Oh boy. So yes, we'll get back to doing more astrophotography, making getting as many interesting views of the night sky as possible, galaxies, planetary nebulae, nebulae like the Dumbbell Nebula or the Owl Nebula. Prior to that, Tulip Nebula is one that, now that I know where it is in the Sharpless catalog, we can always go back to that one there. But I'll be able to, we'll get a better look at a lot of these targets in a lower light pollution setting. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to sharing more of the night sky with you guys, and just being able to show you something amazing, show you something that maybe you didn't know was available, was something that wasn't visible in more of a light polluted area. And it's and if we can get the guiding to be on point and be on a more stable ground rather than being on a deck for the past few weeks, that we can get some amazing shots coming through there. So for now, what I'm going to do is we're going to send you guys over to, who do we want to go over to? All right, let's see how. All right, let me keep an eye on this for a second here. Definitely plan to pick up a nice telescope at some point once you save up enough money for one. Well, it depends on really what you want to do there, Gary. If you want to do like visual observations, something even like binoculars are good to start off with, or a Dobsonian telescope. For like visual astronomy, for imaging, you can start off with something like with your cell phone. Like that's what I've been using for some of these images I've been sharing on Twitter. What's going on, Vanilla Bean? How are you? How are you doing tonight? You're going to be looking more towards the southern skies for Scorpius. If I don't have my planetarium program open and set up at the moment. But it is kind of when you're looking down towards the what would be largely, I guess, depending on where we are, you'd be looking towards the south. Sorry, not towards southern skies. I apologize. Towards the south. So where I am right now in Toronto, if I was to look to the south early in the evening, that's where you're largely going to have the. That's where you're going to be seeing that constellation. but yeah, I guess largely depending where you are in the world. If you're more in the closer to you're in Utah. Um, I want to say closer to in the summertime, or no, sorry, no, closer to coming up. It should be. I'd have to check the planetary program. It honestly has been. I have not had that section of the night sky available to me up until like the last few weeks. So my familiarity with that section of where it is, like for me, when I was actually, you should be. No, you should be. You should actually have a good view of it because you're low. You're at a lower latitude than I'm at, so it's going to sit higher in the sky for you. So looking out to the south in the evening, even if you get like something like Sky Safari on your phone, something like that, it's a free. There's a Celestron Sky Safari. There are free versions of it that you can use those to identify where you're looking. And yeah, because you're at a lower latitude right now, yeah, it's going to be higher in the sky for you actually, and earlier in the evening as well. So that is actually that's actually a good possibility. Sorry for being no. Goodness no. My goodness, no. Please always ask away. And right now, I do apologize that I am in the old room. It is very empty right now. I am running on a very shoestring setup at the moment, but I will aim to get things sorted out as soon as possible in the new place there. Sagittarius, you're going to, that's closer towards like Ophiuchi, down again, more in the, actually, I do apologize for Scorpio. Sagittarius is going to be down in the southern, around closer to the. You know what? I apologize. I am slightly off the game at the moment there. Give me 2 seconds. I want to fire this up before we send you guys off. Before we send you guys over to off to the raid here. I'm going to get this open there because I want to get this sorted out for you. I want to confirm things here, even just for my own. My own peace of mind here. So let me copy this camera. All right, let's turn off the and what the Sagittarius is down in the south, along with the Scorpius actually might be fairly low there. So if you are looking towards the south, you find the teapot. That's where you're going to be seeing them there. All right, Rasa Kai, you're going to be off there. All right, no worries. Glad to see you in here. Play some No Man's Sky. It's all right. Just came to say glad you're back. Hope everything is great. Sending out the first disco evening for an eternity. We're both good to see you in here. Good to see you in here today. Well, I do apologize that we're going to be wrapping things up tonight. So this is and I'm going to have to actually head off there for very shortly. So I do apologize for the brevity of hanging out in the raid there. But those are our raid messages. So for those who want to copy those down there for those who are subscribed or unsubscribed. I got you covered there. But we're going to send you guys over to LEJ. She does a lot of cool stuff on her channel and plays pinball, and I absolutely love pinball. Right now, she's cleaning up a Terminator 2 pinball machine, and hopefully get that thing humming there. So we're gonna send you guys over to LEJ. Oh, why did I spell it wrong? That's why. All right. One sharing being love. What's going on, sharing? How are you? All right. Like I said, I'm going to send you guys over to LEJ. I will keep you guys posted on when we are going to have our next stream, and also the status of my internet in the new place. So hopefully you guys enjoyed your time tonight, and I'll talk more about it on Discord, and just the future plans for what we're going to be doing for some shorts on YouTube and some blogging, just to kind of keep things going there. And hopefully we'll be back to streaming regularly as soon as possible there. So yes, I thank you guys so much for tuning in. I thank for everybody who came in on the raids today, and just hope you guys had a good time. And if there's any questions that you have off stream, feel free to drop them in the Discord, and we'll get things sorted out there. But for now, I will send you guys off. Hopefully we'll bring you back some more telescope views in the very, very near future. But for then, I've been Tom. I am the Astro Canuck. I'm not here to change the world. I'm here to share the universe. Have a very good evening, and we will see you soon. Take care.
Sharing being love. Thank you so much for the raid tonight. Hello, raiders, and welcome in. My name is LEJ. This is my friend Kale, and
just dudes and their balls.
And you guys came in on my repair raid. We are working on the raid tonight. We have managed to strip Terminator down to the playfield. Kale was